Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta, and thanks everyone again for tuning in to our weekly chats.
Yes.
Yay! And today we're continuing our tea selection with what we started last week, the English tea shop. And we're going to try another amazing flavor.
Yes.
Because we really enjoyed them last week.
Yes.
So let's see what flavor we're going to have this week. And again, it's called English Tea Shop Organic Superfruits Collection. All right, let's see what we want to try. So we have here apple, rosehip, raspberry, ripple. Oh, it smells amazing.
I know. As soon as you take the top off, the essence is lovely.
Honey bush, acai berry punch. Sorry, my eyesight was
You said acai, and I thought that was acai.
Acai, I think
It's like acai.
We already did we did something last week. White tea, blueberry and elderflower.
Yes.
Cranberry, vanilla delight. Which one would you like? Cranberry, oh, that's the same thing.
Yes.
Okay, so which one would you like?
Let's try the yellow one.
This one here?
No, that one. That's
the yellow.
I think it had like...
Okay, what is that one?
Well, let's see. Yeah, this is the acai berry punch.
Blueberry acai berry punch.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. What am I saying? It's honey bush. Sorry. Honey bush acai berry punch. There you go. That's what we're going to have this week.
Okay.
All right. We're going to let it seep. And before I forget, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you like our videos. And hit the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. and hit the bell button for notifications whenever we get our chats uploaded.
Yes, wait until you open this.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I can't wait.
It is lovely.
I can't even get it open. Okay.
All right.
I could smell a wolf came over
Oh,
my
it smells lovely. Yes.
It smells so tropical, and I'm going to get a high from this.
I know.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Ooh.
So I'm going to keep talking while she's over there getting high. High. She's a high girl. So, as always, we're going to kick it off talking about Ellen. We love you, Ellen.
Hey, Ellen.
Yes.
How you doing?
How you doing? We want to grow up and be like you.
Ellen. Yes.
A heart filled full of love and gifting. I mean, to be Ellen every day has to be awesome.
We wanted something positive to start our chat off this week.
Yes. So Ellen had a young man on her show. His name is Jaden Jefferson. And Jaden is 11 years old. And he's from Toledo, Ohio. What did I write?
Ohio. It's okay. He's from
Ohio. And he did an interview of Elizabeth Warren, and he went to talk to Ellen, and he was so overwhelmed when he met her. He started crying. He's wiping the tears from his face, and he's like, I love you. I can't believe I'm here. I know. He's just crying. And he said that he would love the opportunity to interview many different individuals, like President Barack Obama. He wanted to interview
Joe Biden.
And just to show you how brave this young man is, because he is a little Black/African-American boy. He wants to interview the president. And one of the things that really touched me was him saying, we may not like each other, but we have to listen to each other, because it's important to have each other's perspective.
And I liked it when he said he interviewed Elizabeth Warren, and she gives long-winded answers. But he liked that, because he said it's great, because then people can really understand and get what she's talking about and have an informed decision on what she's talking about.
And I thought it was interesting, because some of her feedback at the big press is that she's a little long-winded. Like if you look at her during the debates, they'll be going, okay, we're going to move on. And she doesn't let them move on until she gets her point out. So what he said was very, very astute. I thought that was really cool.
Yes, it was.
Yes. So good luck, Jaden. Ellen, of course, gave him and his grandmother, because his grandmother helps him with his writing, $10,000 so that he can get better equipment so that for interviewing people as he go forward.
He's done a lot of different, he does a lot of little journaling. He'll
Yes.
go and just report on different situations and incidents in his
Yes.
hometown.
Yes.
So this boy is great, and we'll put his information below.
I think it's Toluca, Ohio.
Oh, that's right, Toluca,
Yeah,
Ohio.
Toluca,
That's right,
Ohio.
you got it right
Yes. Now, I love me some Oprah. And I love her even more because Oprah was doing an event and she was on stage. And there's no cables, there's nothing there. She didn't trip over anything, however, she fell. And she's walking around, she's got the mic, and she's talking about being in balance. And she's like, being in balance is more than just a single entity. It is multifaceted. And then all of a sudden she's on the ground. And she goes, wrong shoes, wrong shoes.
I had to do double take on that because I told Gloria, you better play that again. I want to see that.
She goes, I didn't hear nothing about no shoes. I go, yeah, she really did say wrong shoes. And it was interesting because even though she was the person that fell, I thought about Tamara Hall's show because she always tiptoes around her stage.
Yeah.
And I've seen people who are coming down the steps to meet her trip. So our heads up to Tamara, sweetheart, you need to put some sure grip on your steps because, you know, we're tuning in to watch you, not to watch you almost fall. And if the queen can fall, any of us can fall. I'm very happy to say that Oprah was okay. The next day, she posted a picture of her reading the newspaper and icing.
And that's the time when I found out on Instagram when I saw that little picture of her. But
Yes.
hope speedy recovery, Oprah, and it could happen to anyone.
Absolutely. So, what is the biggest talked about thing other than the election? The coronavirus. Last week, the coronavirus did something that I was shocked to see. It collapsed our stock market. Not just the stock market of the United States, because we are now connected. It tanked the stock market around the world.
And I've been too scared to check my stocks.
Yeah.
I've not looked at them.
Well, you know, my philosophy is if you're not selling it, it didn't really tank your stocks. The prices dropped, but until you put in a sell, you're good. So not to worry. It was just very scary because, like, we have had gains of, like, say 500-600, and we're like, woohoo, what an awesome day. We lost 1,200 points in one day. And you're like, okay, well, that's enough. And we woke up the next day and it kicked off at another 500 down. So people are freaking out because they have this vision that the coronavirus is going to be plague level, to the point that people are going to Costco and buying up all the water.
And I don't know why. The water, the toilet paper,
paper towels.
It's amazing. It's not an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Why? What is the issue? They don't have filtered water?
But the thing that gets me is, okay, they're very, okay, let's just follow this a little bit. So you're going to Costco to buy things so that you don't have to leave your house. However, you're going into Costco with people, hundreds of people who could possibly have the coronavirus.
Yes.
So, you know, I've also heard that online sales are going up because people are ordering things like Purcell. Now, Purcell used to say that it cured it removes 99.99% of germs. And the FDA, when the coronavirus came out, said you can't say that because people are going to think I don't have to worry about the virus because I got Purcell. That's not the case. So we were in shock because on Amazon, they had a bottle of Purcell for $149 because people are crazy. And they're like, oh, I got to have my Purcell. And I'm like, it's not all that.
It's not all that. And they say that it has to be 60% at least 60% or higher.
Right.
And we read and found out that they have the Purcell Advanced.
Right.
And that is, what was it, 70%?
70%.
70%.
And the regular is now at 62% of alcohol. So the content is there. It's just Really? And then the mask, I mean, people are buying these masks, they're not installing them properly. The mask, a 3-pack of mask is going for $49.95.
And those masks, really, they're saying from the professionals that they are not, normal people
The
like
CDC
us should not
says
be
they
buying
don't
it
work.
because they have gaps on either side.
Yes.
And it's only really meant for people that have a cough or have the coronavirus to protect other people from catching it.
Yes, and I was out on the streets and I saw this lady. She had a mask on. She took and pulled the mask out. She coughed out into the air.
Ooh.
And then she put the mask back
Ooh,
on
what
her
was the
face.
reason for that?
And I thought to myself, well, hell, if you got the corona, we all got it now because of that little movement. So the most important thing, wash your hands, wash your hands. You know, teach your children to wash their hands. I am still amazed when I go into public bathrooms that people will come out of the stall, play with their hair, and walk out the door.
And walk out. There was one time I was in the bathroom and I was washing my hands and someone came out of the toilet, looked in the mirror for 1 second and left. I'm like, excuse me, you need to wash. I said that to her, excuse me, you didn't wash your hands.
That's
and she just kept going like nothing.
So, you know, teach your children and, you know, your husband and, you know, your spouses and say, we all have to sing a song, create a song, make it a happy song.
Or happy birthday. Sing happy birthday twice and wash your hands.
Because it needs to be at least 20 seconds to do it, because what they have found is while some of the antibacterial is not really working, there's something about the soap and the friction and it just breaks it down and scales it off the skin.
Right.
So soap and water is important. And, you know, on a positive note, you cannot get the coronavirus from drinking Corona beer.
You can drink as much as you want and you will not get the coronavirus, people.
So be safe, you know, in your consumption. However, let's not tank a good company because of people overreacting. So have a good time and be safe.
Yep.
So there's a gentleman, his name is James Lipton, and he passed away on Monday at the age of 93. We'll put a link to him below. You'll hear the name from me and you're like, I don't know who that is. Because when I heard it, I didn't know who it was until I saw they do little cameo clips. And he's the gentleman that sits on stage behind a desk. He puts his interviewer in a chair, and then he has index cards. And I don't mean like one, I mean a stack. And he peels through those index cards. So they showed an interview he did with Will Smith. And during the interview, he asked Will about his community church when he was young growing up. And Will was like, wow, you go deep. You really checked me out. So that was the kind of person that he was. Bradley Cooper had come to an interview that he did of, I can't remember the name now. Someone really, really famous. And he was in the audience and he was asking him, so what is your recommendation for a 2-year student like myself to make sure that I can get to be like you?
Because he wasn't famous back then.
He wasn't famous. He was just a kid in the audience. And then later, he was the actual artist on stage. And he, James Lipton was asking him questions about his success and what did he contribute his success to. And his teacher was in the audience. He became very emotional and he pointed and he pointed. I mean, and he has his face in his hand and he says, her, because without her, I wouldn't have the career that I have. So he tugged at your heart because he didn't do the social media, how many likes. He actually knew a little bit about the individuals and he dug in. And that's the kind of talent that is going to be truly missed. So
and he passed away at what age, you said?
93.
93, wow.
Yes, such a beautiful.
Amazing. All right, I'm excited. I've got to try this tea.
Okay. All right.
I can smell it.
It smells wonderful.
Wonderful. Cheers. Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, I like this one even better than the first one.
Mine dropped in.
Oh, this is yummy.
All right, it's
All
good.
righty. So, I was watching Good Morning America, and they were talking about the carbon footprint. How can we lessen our carbon footprint? And I'm always trying to figure out what things can I do. I live in Alameda County, and we have trash receptacles that are all broken out, and they have labels on the top.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, of
Wow,
what
we
goes,
don't get that.
yeah, what goes in each one. So we're always trying to, recycle and do proper things. And it was very interesting because they shared that there's something called an EPA carbon footprint calculator. So it'll say how many people are in your house, like what do you set your temperature, because reducing the temperature in your home, say for example, like say you normally have it at 72, drop it to like 68. Put a sweater on. It might not be as warm. However, the energy, it would be a less of a drain of energy. They showed how driving our cars, that puts a lot of carbon dioxide in the air. If you can figure out, especially now with the coronavirus, a lot of companies here in the Bay Area are telling their employees to stay home.
Stay at home.
Because they don't want them to get sick. And I just heard this morning, which is really frightening when you think of the company I'm about to say, because they touch everything, an Amazon employee tested positive. So now...
Okay, I didn't hear that. When did that come out?
This morning.
Just this morning?
Just this
Okay.
morning. So, the thing that we don't know is what is a detrimental number? Like people are freaking out over 9 people having the coronavirus. However, 10 to 100,000 people die a year from the flu. So it's all in perspective. It's just that if we don't have to go to work, don't go to work. If you can do what you do remote and it's okay with your employer, then, do it. One of the things they also talked about, I've always done this, and Rosetta does it too. She does it even better than me, and I'll let her share that. Whenever I finish up something like a salad dressing, ketchup, peanut butter, I always put water in it and I shake it until I get the residue out. Now I do that because I don't like when you open the garbage cans and that smell hits you and you're like, oh God. So I try and clean it, a little bit. And apparently that is a big thing that we can do as consumers to lower the carbon footprint, because when you leave all that stuff in there and then it's out in the sun, it starts to build these gases, and then when they start churning it up at the landfills, I guess for lack of a better word, the dumps and the landfills, that's why that's, when you're driving down the road and you go, whoo, that, my God, is that smell.
Yeah.
So I rinse them out and make sure I get as much of the residue out as possible. My girl.
When we have any cans, we take out the outer wrapper, which is paper, so we recycle that, and we put the can, we rinse it out, and we put the can into the dishwasher. And then after, when it comes out, we recycle it. The same with bottles. We do what Gloria does. We rinse it out, but we go one step further and we put it all in the dishwasher. When it comes out, we can recycle it. If it's recyclable, we just recycle it. So that's what we do. We go an extra step, and I didn't know that was reducing the carbon footprint, but now I know, because we've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it forever just because I don't like the smell.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
That's your big tip of the day from us.
Yes, everyone try and do that.
Yes. Message calling all moms. This is pretty serious. Our children are doing something very, very dangerous. It is called the TikTok, skull breaker challenge. So what they do is 2 kids convince a kid to jump up in the air. So the kids on the side, they start jumping. And then the person in the middle, which really, we're finding out some kids don't know why they're jumping. They think they're just jumping.
Just to jump.
And then what they do is when they jump up, they sweep their legs and then they go back.
So the person in the middle is jumping. The 2 on the outer side get their legs and kick the person jumping when they're midair, so that person falls flat on their head, backwards
Their
or
back.
forwards,
Yes.
and they get seriously injured.
Yes. Some children did this to a little boy, and he was unconscious. He had a seizure. He also had a concussion. So his parents are suing those children because their child could have died.
So parents, if you're out there and you know your kids are on TikTok, or you don't even know, please talk about this. This should be an issue that should be talked about among the family. I believe that Gloria said TikTok has removed any videos of that going around. However, it may be too late, because there may be kids that have already seen the videos, and they're doing it even though they're not posting it.
And they also do, there's the web that we all see, and then there's this thing they call the dark web. And I don't know if the videos, I'm sure they made it there. So just tell your child, don't do it.
Think of the consequences, and you could be sued by a parent if this happens.
And you wouldn't want someone to do that to your child, so don't let your child do it to someone else. Be safe. Staying on the groove of kids, Rosetta and I have talked a lot about vaping and making sure that our children are aware of the dangers of vaping. Well, this morning I was watching Good Morning America, and they showed where they got rid of Juul, the flavored Juul cartridges. Well, there's a new company, and the name of the company is called Cool Clouds, and they have a product that's called Puff Bars Disposable E-Cigarettes. Disposable, so that's a one-time use and you throw it away. This gentleman said that one use of the cigarette is the same as a pack and a half of cigarettes. Just like that, just think about that, a pack and a half. So they had two children on the show, and they were saying that they have become addicted to this. And the little girl, she was like, I added up the amount of money that I've been spending on these, Puff Bars, and she spent $300. And so, she realizes she's addicted. So now, and when you're doing multiples of these at a pack and a half each, the caffeine, it's going to take a
Can you
big
imagine
effort to
what
try
their
and get
lungs
off.
are like now?
Oh no, I can't.
That's crazy. And here they are. Juul has banned those flavors, and this. When Gloria told me about this, I'm appalled. I'm shocked. I'm just really mortified, because I can't believe whoever is the CEO or who came up with this decided to do this. And they did, and people have been backing them. They must have employees. They must have people that are on the same team as them and agreeing to do this. I can't believe that Juul has already banned, and here they are coming out with this.
Yeah.
I'm mortified to hear that one disposable pack is equal to a pack and a half of cigarettes. This is just like crazy. I can't even. I'm quite angry that the person for sure is an adult. It has to be an adult. And come on now, take responsibility. You've seen all these people having issues and dying, and now these young kids are addicted.
Absolutely.
When is this going to stop? Parents, we need to. Now that Gloria said that they come out with this product, I forget the name of it, iCloud.
Oh, well, it's called Cool Clouds is the company.
Cool Clouds.
And the name of it is Puff Bars.
Puff Bars. So if you have kids, even if you don't know they're taking it, or you do, talk about it.
Yes.
So they're made aware of this. And it's not okay to stop, because as you've heard, that boy and girl are now addicted.
Absolutely.
And we don't even know what other news story is going to come up about what kind of side effects or serious health effects it's going to affect the kids.
Absolutely. So just be aware. Interesting, they always say that, the limb doesn't fall far from the tree. The pebble doesn't fall far from the rock. Well, for Super Bowl, we got the opportunity to see Jennifer Lopez's daughter with her on stage. Now her son was in The Wizard of Oz. He can sing too. He has a beautiful voice. So we'll put the link for you downstairs, and it's just really cool.
Downstairs.
I mean, we'll put the link down below.
Down below.
Downstairs.
Whatever, downstairs, if you want to call it downstairs.
That's right. But it's cool to see Jennifer and Mark Anthony being proud of their children and watching them, because mom and dad both have amazing voices. So of course the kids can sing.
Kids can sing, and they're twins as well. So
Yes.
you think that would be, you know,
It's
a
just
given.
unusual that a young man would be in a play. So Jennifer was very, very proud, and congratulations on having two
Yes,
very
and the video we
talented-
show, it's a bit hard to really tell how good
Yes.
he is, because it's kind of cutting in and out, and
Yeah.
he's kind of yelling in that. But it seems that he's going in that direction.
Absolutely, instead of running away from
Good
it.
for you.
Yes. So I always tell you, I cannot believe where we are as a world. I cannot believe the hate and the disdain that people feel very comfortable sharing on the internet.
Oh yeah, the internet is
Pilot Pete, I think
on
it's
The Bachelor.
on The Bachelor. They did Girls Tell All.
Yes.
So they had all the girls come in, and they were just as catty on that show as they are normal.
Right.
When they were going through the first meet and greet. Now, I'm not a Bachelorette girl. I watched the year when Tristan was on, and I think her husband's name is Ryan.
Yes.
And he was just so beautiful. He was a fireman, and he would write her little, and I told my husband, he goes, I can't believe you're watching that. And I said, this is true love. I mean, I don't know about all these other people, but that man loves that woman. And then, as we know, they got married, they've had children,
Kids,
and
yep.
everything's wonderful. So they go through the regular thing. Pilot Pete says he doesn't know what he's going to do. You know, he apologizes to the girls that he hurt. He thinks that he's going to find the woman of his dream. So he leaves the show. And about this time, a friend of mine calls me and she says, something's up with the show. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, Pilot Pete is gone and they've got like 15 minutes left. So I turn the show on and we're talking on the phone. The very first Black Bachelorette, her name is Rachel. And I thought she was just so beautiful, and she's an attorney. So she's beautiful and she's smart. Now she's the first Black one that they had. And I knew her life was going to be difficult because culturally, people don't like seeing anyone Black kissing anybody outside of the Black race.
The Black race, yep.
So whether the man is Caucasian, Latino, Asian, it doesn't matter. Now, Rachel, she was raised to people are people, so it didn't matter. So she's sitting with Chris, and she tells him, you know, she goes, I'm trembling, and her hand moves, and her fingers are shaking, and I go, oh my God.
And this is one of the one of the girls on The Bachelor.
She is the one, well, Rachel is the one that was the lawyer. She's already done The Bachelorette. She's married. She's happy. She's back on there because they want to bring to the light that Bachelorette Nation is evil. They are mean. They're just very, very nasty. So they start putting up tweets. And the tweets are, you know, things like, you know, you better get a lawyer because I'm going to come for you.
You better kill yourself. I think that you need to die.
Yes.
Just really, like, I can't even, God awful things. Evil things like hatred, real hatred coming out.
Yes.
To these women that are doing their best they can.
They're
within
looking
the
for
show.
love.
They're just looking for love. And yes, sure, you get some bitchiness among women.
Yes.
That's expected. That's how the show goes, and people want to see that.
Right.
But there is no reason why people should be hiding behind their laptops, their iPads,
their
their
phones.
cell phones,
Yeah.
giving them death threats.
So Rachel says to the girls, how many of you have experienced things like what's up on the tweets? All 10 of them, 100% of all the girls on stage have had that experience. That's horrific. As a society, that is very, very sad. We have to do better. We have to raise our children to be respectful. The thing that our kids have no idea, and it's your responsibility as the parents to teach them, one day you're going to be old. One day you're going to be in that same position, and you're going to find yourself in a very, very hard spot. Can you imagine if the people that you're being vile and nasty, and all of a sudden you need a kidney, and the kidney will save your life, however, it's from a black person. So, do you take the kidney and live? Or do you allow the hate and the disdain within you to keep you away and you die? There was a young girl, she said the first night after the first show aired, she had natural curly hair. They were like, what's up with your hair? I mean, it's hair. You can't tell most people who are wearing a weave. Like Wendy Williams, we've seen her in wigs her whole life. Wendy has long hair, it's just thin. So she don't have time to be doing hair. She just throws a wig on. I keep teasing Rosetta. I someone go and through my sister's closet. She's got brown wigs, black wigs.
I'd love you to
purple
do that.
wigs. So one of these days, I'm going to be flashing some new hairdo.
I'd love that. I'd love that. And as she said, Gloria, it's true. It comes from the parents.
Yes.
Teach your kids, your children. Doesn't matter what color skin you are. Be respectful for the person they are. Do not judge by the color. You look at them as a person, and if they're a good person, a kind person, then that's who you want to gravitate towards.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter. Love is love.
Yes.
Color, skin, sexual preference,
Because if you peel
religion
this
doesn't
off,
matter.
we are the same.
And they said on that show that they are born this way. They can't change
Thank you.
how they're born. You're born that way. I'm born this way.
Yes.
A Caucasian person is born that way.
Yes.
Everybody is born also with a clean slate.
Yes.
It's a blank slate. It's what other people fill their minds up with
Yes.
that causes them to have this hatred. Now, this is a really big subject for us because we're getting heated over this.
Yes.
But all I want to say is, parents, teach your kids to love everyone and don't judge by race, color, religion, or sexual preference.
Because let me tell you something. I believe aliens could be among us because we're always flying up to their planet. So what's to prevent them from flying to ours? And if, for God forbid, Independence Day was to really happen, do you want all of us to pull together to save the planet and to save our lives? Or do you want people sitting on the sidelines saying, well, they're not eating black people, they're not eating brown people, they only eating white people, so and don't affect me? Think about it. We have to be one people. And, as we close out our talk today, we always end with Ellen. Ellen always tells us, be kind to one another.
Be kind to one another,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. That's a great, great reminder, and I love it that Ellen does it at the end of her show every day.
Every day. And so we employ you to please be kind to one another and to please teach your children honor and respect. Do not allow your child to walk up to a little old lady and call them by their first name. Put a caveat on it. Hello, Mrs. Williams. Hello, Miss Gloria. Hello, Mrs. Rosetta. Hello, Mrs. Chow. Respect. Because if you give respect, you will receive
You'll receive
respect.
it, for sure. And on that note,
Yes.
thank you so much. We've had such a great chat this week, talked
Yes.
about a lot of things,
Yes.
a lot of things heavy.
Yes.
We tried to find something that was light
Light.
at the beginning,
Yes.
talking about this little boy from Ohio.
Yes.
But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on our chat this week. And please remember to subscribe. We'd love for you to subscribe. We'd love it.
Yes.
And if you like our videos, there's no way to know unless you hit that thumbs up like button. We would love to know that you've been watching and like it.
Yes.
And hit the notification to be the first so you don't miss any of our chats.
Yes.
So it's been great again, as always.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember to always keep smiling. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.